Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Karis and this is going to be another city start build. Going to be taking a look at the map Celtic Shores, downloaded off the workshop, and doesn't require any mods or DLC or anything like that, which is awesome. So the cool thing about this map actually that's going to instantly kind of make things a little bit different is we have a few different connection points in. In fact, there's actually I actually don't know that dirt road, if that goes anywhere relevant or not, but that's kind of a cool little sort of dirt road that's going on that way. It's sort of country road. We have the freeway connection into this section, and we have the freeway connection into this section, and it's kind of split by the river. So then we kind of need to kind of decide what's going to go where. This looks to be kind of coming down towards the water here. And, you know, just like the other ones, this is really an exercise in design. We're going to spend probably the first episode here making a successful city, hopefully. But let's grab one of these just so we can get those one-way roads unlocked, and the other road types and stuff. But I think you know, it's mostly going to be focused on design and how we can use the different. It looks like we have some ore here. We have some oil right here. I don't know if we're really going to use. Well, I guess we could. I could see us maybe using the ore. We have this train station that's going right into here. We could use a little bit of that ore industry potentially, but then again, with extra landscaping tools, you can kind of just paint your own, which actually I do kind of recommend that. So let's actually take this road and kind of swing it over. In fact, it actually makes sense that eventually there'd have to be some sort of roundabout or something here that would then branch off into, like, you know, basically a bridge, right? We'd kind of need some sort of bridge or something to get across here. In fact, I'm noticing the elevation here is a little bit tricky too. This is a little bit, I think for now, we're just going to let these connect via the freeway, right? We're not going to try to connect them right away. So we'll build like a roundabout type thing later. Instead, let's just kind of go with the flow of this slope. It seems like there's a slope before we get to the river. So let's just kind of go with the flow there. I could see commercial being sort of down near the river, industry kind of being over here, and then residential up here. We do want to pause the game so that we're not paying for this road maintenance unnecessarily. So let's just take a road and go up here. I'm not a big fan of the oil with this map theme, but I think the map theme makes the rest of the map look pretty good. So just trying to mix it up with the map themes and the LETs and stuff like that. Keep it fresh. Honestly, this could probably just end up being kind of a grid off of this main road here. I don't think that would look that bad. Maybe leave just like a little bit of spacing there. What's the distance that we're doing here? 51? That's kind of an awkward number. It is what it is, I guess. It would have made sense to actually go around the oil field, but yeah. I mean, heck, maybe actually, wait a second, maybe we still go with the flow here. If that's 51, then that means that this is going to be 41. Not exactly the best angling, but it gives us something different, right? This gives us something different to work with. This actually kind of does seem like it needs to ultimately hook up, because this is going to kind of curve through and swing up in one way or another. So I think we're just going to end up kind of freestyling this one. We don't want to go too crazy with this. We probably already have enough sort of zoning to get the basic residential down. But it kind of makes sense that this could either just dead end or just break off or something, and maybe this kind of, I don't know, I'm just spitballing here. That was a 41-27. I mean, do we want to actually copy that and go 41 out and then start to bring it up? We'd have to match it, we'd have to go up 27. I don't think we're going to be able to match it though. That doesn't look too bad though. But we could see how that could continue out. Actually, you know what? No. Right idea. But I think we're noticing over here that there's this kind of sloped area. It's a little bit smoother. To get up to this higher area, probably want that road to kind of aim like it's going to eventually go that direction. Although the one thing I'm noticing with this plan, and we're just kind of, well, actually 120 is pretty good there. We're just kind of spitballing that. But one thing that I'm noticing that's kind of an issue here is that this is like a side road of a side road of a side road. So like we would probably want something like this coming through like that eventually, which honestly, I don't despise that at all. I don't despise that at all. It's a little bit of a tricky left turn as they're coming off the freeway, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Maybe maybe there's certain rules that we can apply to that so that only, certain cars are going to be utilizing that. Okay, if we take the one-way up here, I think it makes sense to go in with a heavy one-way system for the industrial. I think the industrial, for the most part, we're just going to get something kind of down for now. Actually, what we could do that could be a little bit more interesting is we could kind of do like a snail shape. Okay, this is much larger than I was originally sort of expecting. And then the idea would then to be go down here 26 and kind of do one of these. That's really cool. That's just way too big. I know we're like someone's freaking out here. We're wasting our money here big time. But hopefully we can still bring it together. Right idea, wrong execution. Let's go out 30. Give us that forward spacing. We didn't need to actually bop as much as we bopped there. Maybe another 20. So if we go 20 out, 20 up, 20 up again, 20 back, and then 20 there, and then 20 down, and then swoop in would be, let's give us even more space. Let's try 20 here. A snail shape, 20. We've done this before at the start of a city, and it actually looked really, really kind of nice. It was something to play off of, right? Sometimes you gotta... We'll build this out just so we have something to line up to. Is that not straight? Yikes. Gotta flip that around. Okay. So we have kind of an area that can now kind of be painted up with industrial. What we might want to do... Actually, we do need to loop these back like that. That might be straight. It's just a little bit tighter than the normal sort of vanilla ones, I guess. At these points, we could go out like 11, which, well, we probably don't want to make it a one-way. Well, we maybe do want to make it a one-way, actually. Well, I'm kind of flipping back and forth here. Maybe we do make it a one-way. This would be like a one-way in. This would probably end up being a two-way. It makes sense that, and then yeah, this there we go, and then this can swing out. And we're spending a lot of our money, so let's not. So there we go. This is looking good. This is looking good. This is area we get residential. Not a problem. So let's get residential going into this entire segment. We're getting some of that bad zoning, right? Getting some of that bad zoning. I think this will be fine as commercial because the reality is if we do want to have this sort of curving off to here, roundabouting, coming over, then, which we don't need right now because we're actually lucky that we just have this sort of as a connection between these 2 points, but just kind of getting paint down. We know we're going to need all this stuff. Mostly we're going to need residential, so most of our money's going to need to be spent up here, adding road networks to this existing system. This down here is probably going to be plenty of industry for the first little bit. That's actually kind of interesting that we're getting good sort of numbers there. We'd get better numbers over here in terms of megawatts, but I think honestly just sticking this in the middle of the industry is going to make a lot of sense unless we needed to put water down here. Or so we already have to put sewage down here, actually. Never mind. So let's do it over here. And let's do it close enough that we're going to get the sewage sort of in this area. It's going to be simple. I'm actually kind of realizing here we have ourselves a little bit of a situation in terms of we don't have a lot of actual water that's flowing down here. I think instead we're actually going to try to like grab from the mouth here, because that just doesn't look like a very strong river at all. I think we scoop all this water up here, unless there might be a water source right here. There might be a water source right there. I don't know if there'd be a way for us to check that or not, but actually, well, there has to be a water source. For there to be water here, there has to be a water source here. So this might be an area that we can generate, sort of get like, you know, somewhat unlimited water, right? Up to a certain amount of pumping capacity. We just have to see how strong the water source was. So this is going to get us water and power, but we do need to connect up the water to the areas that we have zoned. I'm not going to make this look pretty. I don't worry about that at all. You never look at this ever again, except for when you're working on the pipes. I'm not really that worried about efficiency here. It's just not, it's such a marginal amount of money. I just try to get it done. I mean, we could do something a little cleaner, I guess. I don't know. That'll get us the water and the sewage, and then to get the power running though. Whoa. Yikes. Okay, we might be okay. Well, it's gonna be tight. And we have ways to kind of get through this little situation here. Can we take a loan like right away? No. Okay, help me out over here, game. Let me connect to here. Let me connect to here. Actually, what we could do, we could fix this. We could save this. We could save this, but it's going to be a little goofy. Here, let's go back and let's be very meticulous with how we zone. This is going to get like quickly redone. We could do the trick that we've used before. We could do the trick that we've used before to get money, which is totally valid. But in this case, we'll do it straight. We'll play legit here. Although, you know, I mean, there's no reason to redo all the work that we've done just because of a little hiccup with, you know, having to spend 10,000 on power lines or something that really are just a temporary annoyance than anything else, right? So this is powered. Let's go into here. Let's shut down the water and the power budgets here significantly, so that we'll be able to make a little bit of money from this. Let's see if we can get, we're up to speed 3 here, just kind of seeing if we can potentially bring this into the profiting zone. Now we're not going to be able to get power out here until this fills up. We still have lots of residential demand, so I'm hoping, my fingers are crossed. There we fingers are crossed that this will eventually bridge. Right now they're going to be complaining about power. They'll be complaining about power. Okay, they're popping in. That might be enough. Not quite. One more house right here, please. There we go. That's a connection. There we go. So everything is connected. We'll easily be able to add more industry. Seem to be going a wee bit into debt here. I think we actually just need more power. I'm just going to bring it back to 100%. It's not that expensive. One wind turbine is not that expensive. Looks like they are asking for a lot of industry. And then from here, we could start doing the actual residential areas that we actually wanted to do. Actually, here. Yeah, let's just bridge up. Let's bridge up into here. Because I don't know what we want to do in this section, to be honest. Going on speed 3 just to get stuff kind of progressing here. I usually like playing on lower speeds, but at the beginning it makes sense to kind of like kick up the speed a little bit as you're kind of just waiting around. Let's see, can we make a profit here? Can we make a profit with this build, which I'm thinking is actually going to turn out pretty interestingly. I think we got some interesting shapes going on. It's almost like we got two little cities. There we go. We are making a profit, which means the city is going to continually make a profit, basically passively forever, right? We could earn $1 billion. So it would take a long time, but we could earn $1 billion doing this. So we are in the clear. We can also take out a loan in the next video if we wanted to kind of jumpstart things a little bit more. So thank you very much, everybody, for taking a look at this sort of initial first episode of this new starter build on the Celtic Shores. Thank you so much, everybody. I will see you guys in the next episode as we continue to develop the city and think about design and think about the layout and sort of set ourselves up for a larger city that hopefully could blossom into something kind of interesting. So thank you so much, everybody. I will see you guys in the next one.